in Japan. I don't know if he's won anything significant, but this could be the one. Get past Chon and you'll be in top 8. So let's get things started.
Hollow Bastion seemingly seems to be a better first choice for Fox than it is for Sonic. Less space to move around, but still has the ability to have those big bursting combos. Ooh.
Love the in-game tag of Calyrex. Even when Ken's talking about Pokemon instead of about Smash Brothers, he still wants to use the best characters. Like, he knows where it's at.
Also, that grab from Chon, like reading the roll on it, crazy work.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see from Chon, because we were again having the little bit of notice from Sean from school down in the chat saying Chon never cares who he's up against. He will always go aggro and up in your face. We saw that against the famously reserved Hurt, who normally controls the battle from the other side of the stage. Chon just went up there and scrapped with him. Ken is like that exemplified to the max. Will he also just go in and try and beat the crap out of Sonic? He's certainly trying. It's not really working at this moment.
No, definitely not. Especially when you up tilt in Sonic's face on his shield. Usually not the best outcomes.
Plenty of time yet though, so Ken is gonna try and preserve that percent lead as much as he can. But Chon, we've seen him just steal stocks randomly. He'll get an F smash at ledge, you'll blink, and then you're dead. I feel one brewing.
It could happen. He's just I was right, but it didn't work out.
Ooh, he was in the right place there, but Ken perfectly timed that air dodge, and now it's Chon's time to be off stage again. Perfect homing attack into the back air. Job done. Oh, we are immediately starting to see why Ken has the winning record on Chon, whereas Karofane didn't. Ken clearly just knows exactly how to deal with Fox off stage. That was so perfect.
And Ken is not giving Chon any opportunity to throw out those smash attacks. Kind of just waiting for Chon to go up in his face and then throwing out a quick move and reversing the situation. It's almost like a inadvertent parry.
True, but I've seen 3 stocks to 1 here. Chon, somebody who's this up in your face, I don't think he even cares that much that he's just been back-headed to oblivion. He's like, well, I'm not taking my time here. I'm more likely to win if I just start again on game 2. Let's get back in already, King.
The best way to reset neutral is losing your stock. You get invincibility.
Just go from the beginning. On a new stage, perhaps small battlefield was the choice. We do know also Chon uses a bit of Pyro and Mithra here and there. It is an option if his back is really pushed against the wall, but I'm not expecting to see it. Let's put it that way.
No, I don't think he should. Unless he gets absolutely dog walked in the second game, I doubt that he would bring out the Pyro Mithra.
He's definitely trying to chase him down. Look at all these rising fares. Not a single one of them is hitting, but it's definitely a sign of intent. And then there's the sign of pain. He finally got his hands on Ken. Just up-smashed him at like 40. Say, well, it'll get you away from me for a bit.
And he's just getting so much... Ken is just getting so much damage on Chon, and Chon not finding any of these openings.
Yeah, the cross-up on shield was incredible from up air of Ken as well. Knowing that Chon was sat right there in shield waiting to grab. Fox's grabs may not be very good, but you're certainly going to do it to put Sonic back off stage. And uh-oh, that homing attack wasn't as good as the previous one. Nearly was a bit of a Sonic's moment. Oh no, that's the real one.
Yeah.
Chon did not want a side B in that situation. Definitely was trying to get an up B out, but too bad.
No, yeah, and Ken just taking all of this. This is kind of what happens when Ken goes up against a character or a player that's super aggressive. Just using that aggressiveness against him and using it so well.
Yeah, and it could totally be messing with Chon's head if that's something that Karofane just wasn't doing. You know, different players respond differently to hyper-aggression, and I can imagine maybe Karofane just dipped further into the background, whereas Ken's more risen to the challenge and said, let me scrap. Could be completely wrong, because Karofane also took Chon to a Game 5. Maybe they also just threw hands for 5 minutes at a time. But here, Chon is desperately looking for any way to take this stock to make it look doable, and it's not going to be with that up smash.
I want to be with that back, man. Time and time again, we've been seeing Chon take these stocks with these back airs, constantly having it fresh and taking stocks when I would normally never see it doing so.
Yeah, it's kind of like the surprise kill power of the Chon back airs and the surprise positioning of his F smashes. Those are the two things I've been impressed the most by with Chon, but I'm impressed by Ken popping up smash at all as Sonic. Pretty rare move, but it's definitely got kill power like that.
Yeah, certainly.
Alright, well, sticking to the air, knowing that Ken was having a bit of a grounded approach, goes for a Shine Spike. That would have been so cool as well if you actually used the Firefox to drag Ken back to the stage alongside you, because it would have done a lot of damage, and Ken would have just had to bear with it, because he'd rather take the damage and be on stage than miss attack off the side or try and wiggle out and get myself killed.
Right, and that was a weird tech for Chon, so I don't blame him for missing it. That neutral interaction was was definitely something. Both just whiffing around each other.
Yeah, immediately followed as well by Ken's up air not working. Sonic's up air, it worked in the last game, it worked in the game before. Ultimate, they just never even attempted to fix it, but the back air will always be enough. And that's another confident win for Ken in the end. It looked like Chon was starting to bring it back, but Ken pulled away for a second time. So we hyped this up a little bit. We were potentially looking at, if the cards played out right, a surprise winner side top 8 appearance for Chon. But now it's looking super like Ken is going to reaffirm his position here. Let's see if Chon can do what he does best and pull a new trick out of the hat.
It just feels like Ken I feel like Ken, as the patient player that he is, was kind of just licking his chops, looking at Chon being uber aggressive. Like, man, I can't wait to get my hands on that fox that just loves to run in and push buttons.
Chon has beaten Rarix in a Game 5. It was all Donkey Kong, apparently, so the Falco warm-up not required. But Chon will be fighting the winner of this set, either Ken or Chon. Interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, and in top 8 no less, but Chon got quite the mountain to climb if he wants a spot in that top 8 winner side. Not a great air dodge. Ken gonna take that all the way to possibly taking a stock, but nah, keeping it patient as usual.
Oh, goes for another up smash though. You know, the last one that Ken landed was a proper, almost guarantee with Chon up smashing on his shield, but here that was more of a raw call out and it definitely didn't work. That's allowed Chon to sail right back into this one. Still down big on percent, but if you can take that stock away first by playing well, changes the tides a lot, but Ken has found it in the end, gets that second hit of the up air, and that was all he needed.
Yep, and does Chon have a response? Looks kind of lost, doesn't really want to grab at Ken like he was doing in the last set we watched him play, but maybe that's just how he feels against Sonic, to not want to grab.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, Fox's dash grab range is not the best, and Sonic, when he's charging side B, he does actually retract a little bit. Like, he goes backwards, as we just saw there. I've seen 1 or 2 instances where somebody's gone up to dash grab Sonic, and then it's just failed because the spin dash has slightly relocated him backwards.
Yeah, Chon just throwing things out now. Not working super well. Second
Another
up smash
big
missing on the shield.
And
a third one.
Instance. Oh, a third, my bad. Yeah. Well, only one of these players has the ability to use their smash attacks in this game. It does appear. Chon, at this point, you're planning for your losers bracket run, potentially. You're still one step away from top 8, even if you do lose this one. But certainly a riskier way. You'd have to fight either Goryoka or Daigoro. That will be interesting. Fox does.
Yeah, the stakes are a little higher.
Foreign, but, you know, for now, just beat Ken. You can do it. There you go. Up smash.
Yeah, there you go. I'll just do that 5 more times.
Yeah.
But also get him up to the
Don't
percent.
get hit like ever. Or have Ken drop off the stage and SD. No.
Yeah.
Well, he teased
unplug his controller. Wait, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Bribe him.
He's modded his controller.
I don't think you can do that.
Call it TO.
Someone stop him. He's stalling.
I think he might have the delay mod. But no, let's keep it moving regardless. Ken is just hiding in the ball of the spin dash saying, look, ooh, all right. I was saying he ain't looking for kills right now. Maybe he should have been. Chon has actually made it work, and not through the means that we were discussing. He's just brought it back with pure fundies. Landing there into up smash, hello? Never seen that before.
I mean, you see it with Fox all the time. But with Sonic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chon is always looking for
who he was playing and he's killed himself! Chon's alive! But why? Ken's feeling charitable at the moment. He's like, wait, you mean you've never been in a major top 8 before? Hold on, I might be able to do you a little favor here, bro.
All right, kid, I gotcha.
Wait, you mean all I have to do to get top 8 losers side is beat Goryoka or Daigoro? I'm gonna go wins farming in the other side.
I can beat those other guys.
Okay, I don't imagine we're gonna see Ken do that again. Yeah, it's put when you do see Sonic's SD, but it's usually a homing attack, and it's usually Sonic's. You don't really see Ken spin dash off the side of the stage and perish, but Chon will be delighted. We'll see if they can get it maximized for us, but for now, this is game 4. Back to Hollow Bastion, as we've seen for most of the set.
And hey, he got one game. I don't know, it isn't looking too good for him to take any more, but if you can take a game, you can take a set.
Yeah, and Ken
I'm not really sure where I heard that
a little tilted after throwing away that game for no real reason whatsoever. And yeah, Sonic is, as a character, is hugely built around mentality, because you've got to have the patience to outlast someone for such a long time. And time those F smashes, of course. Yeah,
and angle them properly
if you've taken a big blow after taking your own game away, sometimes it can be hard to recover, but I think it's taken Ken maybe about 20-30 seconds. He's back. Oh my gosh!
He's still back.
He's so unbelievably back, actually. Chon, hey, you know what you did last game? Time to do it again, kid.
You powered him up, man.
Oh, he was looking for that F smash. But yeah, you definitely can't count on the third stock being an SD again, so just purely beat Ken in every single interaction you have now. That's the plan. Oh, he's doing it.
I've seen less winnable games.
Absolutely true.
Barely, but you know, it's happened.
Yeah. Oh, and a great response to catch with that forward air. The way Sonic Spin Dash works is if you've already used your double jump and then you're landing with Spin Dash, if you kind of angle it so that you're dropping straight down, you can mash jump, and then you'll instantly buffer a bounce when you land, and then you have a hitbox on the way back up as well. So it can be one of those last-ditch efforts for Sonic to land safely with something of a hitbox if you want to get yourself back in the air immediately. But Chon, clearly knowing enough about Sonic to be like, okay, he's dropping dead like a rock. He's going to come back up, and I'm going to catch him from the side with my fair, beat out that hitbox. That's really niche. But clearly, the guy's beaten Karofane 6 times. He's gonna know Sonic, and Ken is gonna know his recoveries, but he still makes us worry.
Right. I mean, he's got to know, and Ken a completely different Sonic than Karofane. And I will give Chon credit. He is playing like he isn't on his last stock, and that is kind of something you have to do when you're in this situation. An incredible recovery with that F smash staring him down.
Yeah, it caught him both previous stocks, so he's like, I really, in this situation, absolutely cannot get hit by an F smash, so I'm not going to. But a forward air instead will do it.
Air.
It was really precise from Ken as well. He was only a couple of frames away from landing and then not getting that finisher hit. But with that, Ken holds it together in the end and will be moving on to winner's side top 8 in Japan at a Super Major to take on Showdown, somebody he's got plenty of experience against.